Hello everyone, welcome to ServiceNow Service Portal Widget Development Series. In the short demo, we will be using ngif Angular directive in our Service Portal Widget Development. Before going to demo, let's discuss about the features of ngif. So this is one of the directives that provided by the AngularJS framework. The advantage of this ngif is it removes or recreates a portion of DOM tree based on the expression. This expression is nothing but a JavaScript condition that we place over the HTML element. Um, how this works is if the expression returns false, the particular HTML element is taken out of DOM tree. But if it returns true, then it is available in the DOM tree, or it recreates into a DOM tree. That's the advantage. That's how ngif Angular directive behaves. But for the same functionality, AngularJS provides two more directives. That's ng-show and ng-hide. But the working underneath logic bit different uh, from ngif to other two directives. The other two directives will play with the CSS property called display to show or hide the HTML element. If you use that CSS um, element, the DOM will still have those two elements, but it will be hidden from the HTML view, wherein is this ng if the condition or the expression returns false, it totally takes out that particular HTML element from the HTML view. So that's how it's works. Let's discuss with one example here. So we have a checkbox here, and we have a span element. When the checkbox is clicked, the span element will show that message that's shown here. This is removed when the checkbox is unchecked. So when we uncheck the checkbox, it's the ngif checked is returns false. So this span element will be taken out of the DOM tree, so we don't see that in the HTML view. This is a simple example that's available in the AngularJS documentation for this directive. Right now, the next step will be we will look into our widget development with the um, same directive. So I have my personal PDI instance that's already booted up. Let's go to the service portal, and the service portal, let's go open service portal configuration. Right now we are going to create a new widget. So this is a one way to create a new widget. Click on widget editor for widget creation. Then we have a link to create a new widget. Click on create a new widget. We have to supply widget name and widget ID. So the widget name that I'm going to here is demo ngf, and the ID is auto populated. We don't want to have a create test page, so uncheck it, click on submit. So the use case that we are going to do here is, so we are querying the incident table to get the incident records, and that we are going to display in a table in the HTML view. That's a use case right now for this ng directive demo. Let's call our glide record incident table. So var So I'll have a local object here, a JavaScript object. I'll be taking incident number, short description, and state. So inc obj dot number inc gr get value number short description. So I have these three properties to our instance table. So I need one more array, JavaScript array. Let's define that. Var incident, and I'll push this object to instant one by one for every glide record that available on instant. So instant push inc obj. At the end of the while loop, at the end of the while loop, I want this array to be available on data object so that I can get the information on the HTML view by looking at the data object content. So data dot incidence equal to incident. So this data dot incidence will be available for us in the view to get this incident information. So right now we already have a div. Let's create a h3 tag, header tag, saying that will give instant count. Data dot incidence dot length. So we'll create a table here. We'll start with a div. ngif. So in this div we will be going to display a table only if we have a data incident data is available. If instance is more than 0, we will be showing this table. If instance are not available, so we don't want to present that particular table in HTML view. So we will be using directive called ngif and data incidence dot length should be greater than 0, then only we'll show the table here. So we discussed about ngif directive requires an expression. So this is an expression that we are called, this is a condition. So what it does is it checks this incident array and it checks the length. If it is greater than 0, then only the HTML, this particular HTML element presents in available in DOM tree. Otherwise, this div will not be available, or inside the HTML elements in the div will not be available on the DOM tree for the user. So let's create table here. Table stripped and we should have header, row header, column header that we need, scope equal to column, copy this for 3 times. So we will be having number, short description and state. So number description and state. That's it. Header then body will start from here. Table body. In the body we need rows. In this rows we'll iterate as in for loop of the array content or array elements. So we will check how ng repeat will work in our next video, but just follow exactly how I'm writing the syntax and stuff like that. Scope row. This gives us index for the for loop, and copy this for 3 times. So first we have our number. So that's available in inc.number. Second one is inc.short description, similar to here. Next one is inc.state. inc.state. So we have a table here, and this table will be available in the DOM only if the data, the incident length is greater than 0. Let's save this and open enable preview. Right. Let's hide HTML and JavaScript. So right now we have total 40 records, and the index starts from 0 till 39, and these are the instance number, short description and state. Perfect. Right now we are trying to get all active incidents. Let's say in use case where we don't have um, instance with the count is 0. For that I've just looked at the um, incident table, and I've tried to get a priority. I've tried to query priorities. One is priority is 1 and assigned to system administrator. I didn't find any records with that query. So let's copy this query. So create one more glide record here, or else, yeah. Let's do this. inc.gr initialize, and inc.gr. I'm not sure how. Give me a second. Where incgr.1 new glide record incident incgr1 add encoded query here, and that encoded query is something like this. Let's show this. Okay, and incgr.1 query if incgr.1 obviously we don't have any matching that encoded query, so we don't get into this if loop. But if at all, if there is a record, we'll get into that as well. Obj, just copy this information. INC gr1. Okay, and we'll have one more array as in assign incidents. Right, next data dot assign incidents equal to assign incidents. Okay, perfect. Right now we have two arrays. One is having all the incident, another array is only the priority one incident which are assigned to system administrator. Let's format this a bit, save this. Let's go to the HTML and copy this till the last step. So this section is about assign priority one incidents assigned to system administrator. Copy this. Instance assign system priority one incident assigned to me. So which array that we have? Not the incidents, the other one assigned to incidents. Let's bring this up, and here as well data dot incidents dot length and inc data dot incidents. Perfect. So right now what we are trying to do here, let's give some break so that it differs. So right now we are trying to see if we have any values in this array. For the initial case, we don't have any value. So ideally, this particular div will not be available in the DOM tree. Right? Let's save this and enable preview. Right. Since we don't have priority one instance assigned to administrator, we see 0 incidents. Let's create an incident which matching this particular encoded query or the so we have a priority one assigned to system administrator. Let's make this as give someone as a caller, able tutor, subquery is internet application, and test priority incident. This we have server side script. Let's save this and refresh one more time. Okay, why is that? Why is that? Assigned to system administrator, priority is 1. Okay, we just created one. Probably we'll create one more. Priorities, email, tutor, test, priority 1 incident, priority. Let's save this. Okay, I have to select this. I save this. Services interrupt. Okay, right now we have one incident which matches our criteria, and reload this page. Right. So when we have a value in the array that we created assigned incidents, we could see the stable present for the user view. So if it don't have any data, so the table is not available. But if we have some value, so this data is available. So this manipulation is entirely happening to the directive that we discussed, ngif. So when there is this expression returns true value, so this expression returns true value, this particular div will be available in HTML DOM tree, otherwise it will be removed from the DOM tree. That's about ngif. If you have anything, um, if you like this video, click on like button and subscribe for this channel for more content.